All right, my name is Moses Utino, and this is what's trending around Kenya and the world. And I'm going to go through things that are now issues that are now trending around Kenya, around the globe. Good afternoon from wherever you are, and it is my hope that you are doing great and that God is on your side. So these are some of the things that are now trending one-on-one. These are some of the things that have made headlines around the world. Wacha kupiga kelele na hii. These are some of the things that are now trending around the globe. Of course, we have an issue here. President Ruto has been spotted driving himself in premium off-road Ineos at his backyard. So President Ruto has been spotted driving himself. Another issue is this. KWS confirms the death of missing porter on Mount Kenya after 2-week search. So that's also another news that is also triggering the waves. Let's look at another story. Nani bwana, toka hapo na yuko nini? Toka tu hapo na yuko nini? Niko busy. KWS confirms death of missing porter on Mount Kenya after 2-week search. So that is also another issue that I'll be following closely. So Kenya Wildlife Service, KWS, has confirmed the death of a porter who went missing while trekking on Mount Kenya following an intensive multi-agency search operation that lasted more than 2 weeks. In a statement issued on Friday, KWS said the body of Mr. Samuel Macharia Wanjohi was located on January 9, 2026 in the Hind Valley area of Mount Kenya National Park. Wanjohi had been reported missing on December 23, 2025. While trekking along the Sirimon-Shipton route, one of the popular but challenging trails on the mountain. According to KWS, the body was found off the Marania Trail at an altitude of approximately 4,300 meters above sea level. We continue to pray for the family to stay strong in this difficult era. Another story is this. Museveni declares 2 public holidays to let Uganda vote freely in high-stake national elections. So President Museveni has declared January 15th and January 16th, 2026 as public holidays across Uganda to allow citizens enough time to take part in national elections scheduled for next week amid a tense political climate. The announcement was made through a legal notice issued under the Public Holidays Act and officially published in the Government Gazette, giving the declaration full force nationwide. So Museveni has issued a 2-day public holiday to let Uganda vote freely in the high stakes election. And I think President Museveni is going to win. Not because Ugandans love him, but because he himself is the system. Bobi Wine is not going to win over that particular Uganda election. And so we expect nothing new. Museveni is going to win the elections that are now going to be held in Uganda. Louis Dipina Hi, I'm back. Welcome back, Louis. How are you doing? I'm sipping tea. I'm sipping tea, courtesy of beautiful viewers that we are having. Thank you so much for sticking around this particular live. President, another story is this. Robert Alai names Nyanza leaders. He says should keep off Ruto's public events. Robert Alai names Nyanza leaders. He says should keep off Ruto's public events. So Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai has taken aim at a section of leaders in Nyanza, accusing them of political double standards and warning them to keep away from President William Ruto and Ruto's functions if they truly oppose his leadership. Kileleshwa Robert Alai has criticized a section of Nyanza leaders for attending President William Ruto. I'm good too for attending President William Ruto events while openly opposing his leadership. Alai named ODM figures including James Orengo, Rarieda MP Utindia Molo, Seme James, MP James Nyikal, and Homa Bay Senator Moses Kajwang. The MCA dismissed a recent ODM Nairobi meeting led by Edwin Sifuna and Orengo as politically insignificant. So Alai has named James Orengo, has named Nyikal, and has named Moses Kajwang as those who should keep away from William Ruto's function. I think ODM is divided. Yes, ODM is divided, and Alai's claims are just a proof that the ODM party is already divided, and as we speak, it's like we have ODM A and ODM B, where the vice versa, some are opposing William Ruto, some are supporting William Ruto. Some are supporting Uhuru Kenyatta. Sorry for that. So the party is divided. Now, when you tell elected leaders not to attend Ruto's function, that one you are saying that they go and be loyal to another person. So Robert Alai names or has named a section of ODM leaders within Nyanza that should not attend William Samoei Ruto's function. Let us say the truth. ODM is dead politically. ODM is dead politically. They have gone to from internal wrangling to now public sparks. They would abuse each other. Sifuna, the SG, Junet, the director of elections, each other in public. That one signifies that ODM is already divided. So ODM is already divided, and the division will, widen. The division within ODM is going to widen, and the train of division has just left the station. We are going to experience a more divided ODM as we will be heading to the polls in 2027. Because one thing that has now happened, there are those who are now loyal to Uhuru Kenyatta. There are those leaders within ODM officials who are now loyal to William Ruto. For instance, Oburu Odinga is loyal to William Ruto. Junet Mohammed is loyal to William Ruto. So if a party leader is already loyal to Ruto, that is Oburu, it means the party is divided. It was yesterday when Babu Oweno dared Oburu Odinga to call for NDC elections, to call for elections within ODM, and that him, Babu Oweno, will square it out with Oburu Odinga. So ODM is divided. the absence of Raila, the absence of ODM. Without Raila, no ODM. So if Raila were to resurrect today, if Raila Odinga were to resurrect today, ODM will, be strong. But as we speak, I don't think ODM party. I don't think ODM party can go to the 2027 elections, which is next year, united. Okay? This is Robert Alai's statement. Those who do not want William Ruto should stop pretending. If they hate the president, they should stay away from his events. Robert Alai, the Kileleshwa MCA, said. Robert Alai insisted that leaders cannot blow hot and cold by opposing the president in public forums and quietly benefiting from his development tours. Beyond criticizing the leaders, Alai did indicated that President Ruto should be very careful on who he works with. Okay, I think that is there on that particular sect. Another story is this: bring it on. Oburu Odinga dares ODM members eyeing his position. Bring it on. This is Oburu's statement. Those who are saying that Oburu is not validly elected, I challenge them. If they say it is NDC, let's go with them to NDC. I will call it very soon, he stated. 2026 is the year of negotiations for any arrangements. Either we are going to partnership with the UDA or any other party. We are going alone, or we are going alone as ODM. And if it is the latter, Odinga, Oburu Odinga, that is according to Oburu Odinga. So this is it. Babu Owino had called for NDC elections within ODM. And according to Babu Owino, he is the one to succeed Raila Odinga. I don't think now, suppose elections or Oburu Odinga calls for the election by the NDC and Babu Owino loses. I doubt if Babu Owino will still remain in ODM. Babu Owino will leave ODM. So the bottom line is this: Oburu Odinga was not elected to be ODM leader. You know, Raila Odinga was elected in 2007 to be the leader of ODM. Oburu Odinga was not elected to be the leader of ODM. Oburu Odinga was nominated after Raila died. Oburu Odinga took over as an interim leader of ODM, and therefore I think Babu Owino is right to challenge his re-election or election. Let's look at another story also. Let's focus on another story. There's also shocking waves. I want to give you the list of opposition leaders that are currently or attended or have attended the Machakos burial. The list of leaders who attended: we have Kalonzo Musyoka, we have Gachagua, we have Eugene Wamalwa, we have Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti, among other leaders in the united opposition. According to Rigathi Gachagua, in a past function, he stated that the opposition will not name their flag bearer right now. That Mwai Kibaki was named the flag bearer of NARC some months to the election. So we are following closely what will transpire in that particular funeral ceremony or burial ceremony from the Kilu at Machakos County. CS Mbadi, Wahome and Kinyanjui have made new government appointments. Uh, Let's take a look at that. National and Economic Planning. National and Economic Planning Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi reappointed Hadi Sheikh Abdullahi, Richard Boro Ndungu and Lydia Cherono as members of the Kenya Revenue Authority KRA Board of Directors. Their term will run for 3 years, starting January 13th, 2026. CS Mbadi also appointed William Oluoch Adera as the registrar of the Kenya Institute of Supplies Management. His appointment takes effect from September 26th, 2025. Okay, that one I think had been done previously. Sorry for that. But that is, Mbadi has indeed made several appointments at the KRA. I think that is also something to reckon about. Yeah, so let's look at another issue here. This is just breaking. Homa Bay politics heat up as Joseph Magwanga turns against Governor Gladys Wanga. So Magwanga, Deputy Governor Uyugi Magwanga has accused Gladys Wanga, Governor Gladys Wanga, of failing to manage the county, citing her administration's inability to pay contractors and provide necessities for the daily running of county offices. So 2027 we are going to have a possibility where Deputy Governor Uyugi Magwanga is going to square it out with Governor Wanga. So that is something that is happening. We also, in a by-election of last year, we also, during the by-elections which were held last year by IEBC, the Deputy Governor of Homa Bay County were not reading on the same page as far as ODM candidate Boyd Were was concerned. So Governor Gladys Wanga, who is also the ODM chair person nationally, was supporting Boyd Were, the son of former MP Charles Songondo Were. And Deputy Governor Uyugi Magwanga was supporting who? Was supporting Nashon Aroko, alias Otete. And Governor Wanga's candidate won. From there, Governor Wanga stated this, that he is going to initiate an impeachment motion against her Deputy Governor Uyugi Magwanga. And now Uyugi Magwanga is gearing to compete Governor Wanga in 2027, and it will not be a very easy challenge. And Uyugi Magwanga is a very strong candidate in case he will vie for governorship in 2027. Number one, in 2017, Wanga's deputy Uyugi Magwanga defeated Cyprian Aweti. And I think they went up to the case went up to the Supreme Court. So this portrays that Uyugi Magwanga is a very strong candidate. He's going to form a very strong opposition to Governor Gladys Wanga. Though it will not be a very easy contest, but I can assure you, 2027 will not be a walkover for Governor Gladys Wanga. 2027 will not be a walkover for Governor Gladys Wanga. One, the absence of Raila Odinga. Two, the politics of Uyugi Magwanga. It resonates around issues. And now he has now started pointing fingers, or rather criticizing what is not contrary in the county of Homa Bay. So according to Magwanga, there are gross violations talk of corruption in Homa Bay County, and is now an opposition from within. We last year Governor Wanga stripped him the powers within the Homa Bay County, and I don't think it is going to be easy for Gladys Wanga, the governor, to face or rather defeat Oyugi Magwanga, the deputy governor, in case they will run separately for 2027 general elections. Let's focus on another story. There's also before I focus on another story, you see, Governor Wanga is also being accused of being part of a team that are orchestrating the sale of ODM. He's being accused. It is said that he is part of a team that wants to hand ODM to William Ruto easily. And so in 2027, it will not be a walkover for her in case her deputy Oyugi Magwanga will also decide to run for a gubernatorial seat. Another story that is now wreaking havoc is this. Another story that is now trending is this. Ruto votes in UDA grassroots elections, commends UDA members. So President William Ruto today participated in the UDA party grassroots elections at Koilel Primary School in Uasin Gishu County, casting his vote for polling center level officials. The elections are taking place across 20 counties, with the party members selecting 20 officials at each polling center. Speaking after voting, President William Ruto commended the large number of candidates who stepped forward to contest. He further reiterated that their participation strengthens UDA party and advances the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which is anchored on inclusive growth and shared prosperity. I think that is something that has happened. We have photos here, President William Ruto queuing to vote. Okay? This is interesting. This is interesting. A Nairobi court grants a thief another second chance after stealing train parts to feed family. A Nairobi court, as you know, granted a thief another second chance after stealing train parts to feed his family. That's also something that is on the trending this morning, this evening. Let's focus on other stories that are now trending. Let's focus on this. Let's focus on this. Okay, let's not listen in, but let's focus on this other issue that again is causing a lot of Let's cross over to this. This is trending. This is trending. Jerop Frida from Nandi County scores a B minus despite being married with the 2 children. Jerop Frida from Nandi County scores a B minus despite being married with the 2 children. So this, I think, is beautiful. So Jerop Frida has 2 kids. And education has no limit. I think in Kenya you can go to school if anytime you want. You can even be 90 and enroll. You can go to school in Kenya like crazy, like you like, and that's beautiful. Congratulations, Frida Jerop, for that particular achievement. Let me know how you are doing. It is my hope that God has taken good care of you. Let me know from your side, how are you doing? We are in what's trending in Kenya and of course around the world. Let me know from your side, what's up with you? Are you okay? Are you doing nice? Are you feeling well? It is my hope that I just want nothing but the best for you. All right, let me make quick shouts to my top fans. Today. Of course, I have Louis Dipena from Canada, if I'm not wrong. I do hope that things are stable for all of you who are, watching from whichever quarters you come from. This is Donald Trump. We have taken over our whole country. We are going to make the country strong and good. This is Donald Trump. So President Donald Trump portrayed Venezuela as a country now stabilizing under firm American direction, arguing that intervention has set the crisis. That is that. So Trump has boasted on taking over Venezuela. Donald Trump has now posted on taking over Venezuela and has insisted that from now on, Venezuela is going to be a more good, stable country. So Donald Trump is not a joke. It's a hard nut to crack, and weak countries, including Kenya, must be very careful. Weak countries, third world countries like Kenya, must now be very careful with Donald Trump, because Trump might try to subdue them. Trump might try to subdue third world countries, less developed, but as poor governance. Trump is now targeting such countries. Let's look at let's look at another issue here. Russian citizens urged to prepare for Armageddon after nuclear World War III threat to UK. So under that, I have a narrow understanding on a world order, but I think sooner or later we are going to have World War III. Sooner or later, if things go the way they are going. I'm having some issues of noise, but it shall come to pass. Finally, Ole Kina responds to Rigathi Gachagua. Hiyo ni tribalism. So finally, Ole Kina responds to Rigathi Gachagua. But I think when Rigathi talks of school placements nationally, I think 30% slots should also be left to children coming within the community, so that they can also benefit from the national school. So national school should not only be reserved for other children alone, but children within Alliance, that community, 30% slot should also be accorded to them. Of course, if they have passed their exams. Okay? So that is another issue that is trending right now. Let's look at the nicknames of Raila Odinga. Nicknames Raila Odinga obtained. Nicknames Raila Odinga obtained. I think you already know that. Okay. Babu Owino faces setback as new poll put James Gakuya ahead in Nairobi governor race. Babu Owino now is facing setback. So, Embakasi Member of Parliament Babu Owino has suffered a major blow after a survey conducted by Kenya Track places Embakasi North MP James Gakuya at the top of the 2027 Nairobi governor race with 45%, signaling a growing appetite among voters for a fresh option beyond city's family political faces. Babu Owino comes second at 31%, with much of his support from young voters and residents of Eastleigh. His popularity is largely tied to his strong social media presence, bold political style, and ability to connect with youths who feel ignored by the political class. So James Gakuya, according to an opinion poll by Kenya Track, places him ahead of Babu Owino with 45% of votes across Nairobi County. So it is a two-horse race between Babu Owino and James Gakuya. The Orange Democratic Party seems to support Johnson Sakaja, and Babu Owino has been insisting that he must vie for governor of Nairobi. All right, let's look at another story that I've seen right here. This is also trending. KMTC 2026 intake. KMTC lowers requirements for 2026 intake. KMTC lowers entry requirements for 2026 intake. So this announcement was made via the Kenya University and College Central Placement Service, KUPS. So with over 21,774 vacancies available across 98 campuses, KMTC remains the most sought after institution for middle level medical training in the country. Okay. So so if you have a mean grade of C plane, 3 years, 3 to 5 years, or rather nursing. If you have a diploma, if you have a certificate, this is C minus. You take 2 years to 5 years, or 2.5 years. Then insurance, management, C minus again to 2 years, and that one. So that's it. That's it. Kimataifa, Museveni atangaza siku ya siku mbili tarehe za uchaguzi. So that is there. That is there. This is at breaking. Yala Member of Parliament Winnie Odinga is eyeing the Langata parliamentary seat in 2027 and will battle it out with the current MP Felix Oduor Jalango. Winnie Odinga is the daughter of Raila Odinga, and she's now eyeing the Langata parliamentary seat. Now, how many people have now entered the Langata parliamentary seat race? We have Eric Omondi, and now Winnie Odinga, and Jalango is or will also will be defending his seat. Jalango will be defending his seat, and I don't think Jalango can defeat Eric Omondi in an election. Winnie Odinga in an election. Do you want a green card? Song Jones. What is a green card? What is a green card? And so, Winnie Odinga has now entered the Langata race. I don't think Jalango, Felix Oduor Jalango, the incumbent, will defeat Winnie Odinga. There are now two people who are eyeing that seat in Langata. We have Eric Omondi and we have Winnie Odinga. Jalango is going to be a one-term member of parliament. That is what I know. Because of the voting pattern in Nairobi, Jalango has not done well. And I think what curtailed the politics of Jalango, was supporting William Ruto earlier. Remember, they were the first people to join William Ruto. And after joining the president, there was that tag that by then that those who joined Ruto were rebels within ODM, and that one killed the future of Jalango. Still my man. Song James, I really don't know what a green card is. What is a green card? Sharpen my ignorance. sharpen my ignorance, eh? Sharpen my ignorance. Sharpen my ignorance, kindly. So that is what is happening. So Langata parliamentary seat is going to be hotly contested. And now that ODM is divided into two, it is going to be very difficult for Jalas, for Jalango to win Langata parliamentary seat. I have told you. It is going to be difficult for Jalas to win that particular seat. It's going to be very difficult for Jalango to win that parliamentary seat. Let's focus on another news that is trending. Let's look at what's trending again. This is just in. This is coming from CS for Energy, Opiyo Wandayi. Oburu is the party leader. Oburu, as the party leader of ODM, must start negotiations with Ruto as soon as possible. We cannot wait for 2027. That is according to CS Wandayi. So CS Wandayi is saying that Oburu Odinga must start earlier negotiations as we speak with Ruto. So this war within ODM will not come to an end soon. This is just in today. The war within ODM will not come to an end soon. And by 2027, we will have most of the members to have gone to other parties or formed parties. I don't think that, for instance, Edwin Sifuna is going to stick around beyond 2027 with ODM. I don't think Babu Owino will stick around with ODM beyond 2027. I don't think that Caleb Amisi, among others, are going to stick with ODM beyond 2027. It is going to be very, very difficult for these leaders to stick with ODM. Now, Opiyo Wandayi, the CS for Energy, saying that Oburu Odinga should start talks with William Ruto immediately. Should start talks with William Ruto immediately, with immediate effect. But the first thing we should ask ourselves, is Oburu Odinga popular? Can Oburu Odinga guide the Luo nation? Can Oburu Odinga fight Babu Owino politically? Does he have the bravado to conquer Babu Owino, to conquer Sifuna? I think Sifuna, Babu Owino, Amisi, Senator Tino Kajwang, Millie Odhiambo, James Orengo, that group is a very lethal group compared to UNETS. And so before Wandayi advises Oburu to start negotiations with William Ruto, they should not underestimate the powers of the rebels within ODM, the powers of those opposed to Ruto within ODM. Oburu, Opiyo Wandayi and the others, they should not underestimate. Because people like Babu Owino can say that, okay, fine, we are now leaving you with that party. We are forming our party. And it will end in acrimony. The divisions within ODM are deep and are still going to hurt Dr. Oburu. So my take is this. Oburu Odinga must put ODM together. if he is interested in controlling ODM, Oburu Odinga must put ODM together. If he is interested in what? In going, or rather ODM being powerful as it is past 2027. That is there. Number two, I think Oburu Odinga should dismiss John Mbadi, Wandai, Joho, and others, and allow them to join government freely by allowing cabinet secretaries to speak on the party. That is also bringing a lot of fracas and a lot of confusion. So yes, Wandai, Mbadi, Joho, Oparanya should not speak on ODM or should not speak on behalf of the party leader. They should be in government. They should leave the ODM politics alone. Ooh, hello, how are you? Because ODM minus Edwin Sifuna, that is a weaker ODM. ODM minus Babu Owino, a weaker ODM. ODM minus James Orengo, a weaker ODM. ODM minus Millie Odhiambo, a weaker ODM. ODM minus Senator Kajwang, that is a weak ODM. Remember, they have a point, and they are saying Raila Odinga's last statements were, who has told you that ODM has joined government? Who has told you? Who has told you that ODM has joined government? Peter Kulwa, hi too. How are you doing? Yes, I think Kasmuel, I'm interested to know your opinion regarding Kasmuel and its relevance. The relevance of Kasmuel Makuure ended while he joined ODM. The moment Kasmuel joined ODM, that is where its relevance and usefulness ended. Kasmuel ought to have remained a neutral ground. Kasmuel ought to have remained a very neutral activist like Gaito, Francis Gaito, very neutral, like Maverick Aoko, very neutral, like Cyprian Nyakundi, very neutral. Those are activists in the level of Kasmuel, who remained. They chose not to join either Rigiji, Raila Odinga, William Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, etc. So as you speak, Kasmuel is not relevant. Kasmuel is an angry, activist. Now, will he bring down ODM? Because Kasmuel is irrelevant, because he is irrelevant, there is no way he can bring down ODM. Okay, he will. The statements, or rather the comments on Kasmuel Makuure are catalyzing. Kasmuel is a catalyst within the ODM division. He's just a catalyst. He's not the one bringing down ODM. He or rather will bring down ODM. Kasmuel Makuure is a catalyst. I mean, in the high school, or now the CBC are doing it, a catalyst is a substance which speeds up the reaction. So Kasmuel Makoure is speeding up the what? The disunity within ODM. The wrangles is now activating and speeding the disunity within ODM very highly. Aoko is not neutral. I agree with you. Aoko is not neutral. She's supporting Fred Matiang'i. I know that. But on governance, Aoko is at top notch. On governance, on issues to do with governance, I think she articulates governance concerns very soundly. So, on Kasmuel did a blunder. She ought not to have joined Raila Odinga of ODM. So Kasmuel ought not to have joined Raila Odinga because Kasmuel was doing well during the Gen Z protest in 2024. Kasmuel was doing very well. In fact, many people are equating Kasmuel to Tom Mboya. Yes, we have to say it the way it is. Many people are equating Kasmuel Makoure to Tom Mboya. And people were praising Kasmuel. It was a good thing having a young Kenyan articulating government policy. Kasmuel had that good polished English. By the way, Kasmuel speaks a very polished English. And so answering your question, Kasmuel is irrelevant whether he rocks ODM from within or he doesn't. I think I've answered it, Mr. Wu. I think I've answered your question as you had wanted it. And another thing to add, the Gen Z revolution was divided by politicians along tribal lines. Talk of Uguda, you see, talk of Dikembe, talk of many activists and bloggers, both on X and on YouTube, who are, mobilizing, who are coming up with ideas of revolution. All of these people were bought by the political class. And that is why I support Miguna in the part where he says the elite are 1%. The elite in Kenya is 1%. But the poor people, the very many poor, the vulnerable people are in their millions suffering. So Kasmuel lost his chance. Even Raila Odinga at his youth never joined Moi. He only joined Moi when he had a party, but not when he was a struggling Raila Odinga. So Kasmuel did a blunder, and I think he should not be, he has allowed himself to be used in ODM for the wrong purposes. For instance, fighting Sifuna, fighting Babu Owino. These are, vocal leaders. These are not just vocal, but these are leaders who have their supporters, who are aligned with the people. And for Kasmuel Makoure, I'm sorry for him, but he has been rendered irrelevant. He has been rendered irrelevant. Let me look at this story, then I end this particular live. I have like 6 minutes. Then I shall come back at our normal time in the evening. By the way, I saw a video of Prophet Uwor saying that he joined God. He created the universe. He created the planets with God. And I wondered, is Prophet Uwor really normal? That he created the earth with God. I think we might be dealing with a mental case. We might be dealing with a mental case under under Prophet War, whatever, prophecies and whatever. Because how do you say that you created the earth with God? That you know, he helped God to create the orbits of the earth. I think in reacting to that video alone, the government are giving Prophet War much time and much space to spurt nonsense, if you ask me. Because for a human being to claim that he helped God to create the earth, that is blasphemy of the highest order. So Prophet War must be investigated, and religious activities. I've said this constantly. Religious activities must be regulated across the country. Religious activities must be investigated across the country. And that is what happened during the Shakahola massacre, where someone just woke up, told disbelievers, fast, fast, fast. Then after these people had fasted, most of them died. We need religion, yes, but not cult. We don't need a cult. I think Prophet War is partly a cult. I think so. I think Prophet War is partly a cult. Okay, let's look at another story. This is global. This is global. Donald Trump targets Putin, Vladimir Putin of Russia. And Trump says Putin is not afraid of Europe. He is afraid of the United States of America, as led by me. Putin is not afraid of Europe. Putin is afraid of America. Donald Trump now says that Putin is afraid of America and not Europe. That Putin is not scared of England. That Putin is not scared of Canada. That Putin is not scared of the Europe countries. Putin is afraid of one country called the United States under Donald Trump. Let me make quick shouts to some of the people who have been watching, my top fans. Of course, I have Wu, I have Louis from Canada, Louis Depena, I have Watoto, I have Song Jones, I have Peter Kulwa. Asanteni sana, thank you so much for being part and parcel of this show. This show cannot be where it is without your support. This live cannot be where it is because of your support. You supported this live each and every single day. I owe my allegiance to you. I owe my personality to you, because without you, this channel cannot be where it is. I want to thank you in your massive that we continue to shape up the world through dialogue, discussions, and that is what brings an order to the world. Last but not least, let's look at another story here. Let's look at another story that's also making shockwaves. Let's look at another story. Siaya Deputy Governor declares bid to unseat Governor Orengo. Siaya Deputy Governor George Oduol has declared bid to succeed to unseat Governor Orengo. Who is William Oduol? William Oduol is the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. And he has now declared his bid to unseat Governor James Orengo, who has been very vocal and has been urging Oburu Odinga not to join broad-based, or rather not to support William Ruto beyond 2027. And so, now two deputy governors have now declared their bid to unseat their bosses. One is Oyugi Magwanga from Homa Bay County, and another one is James Orengo from Siaya. Oduol from Siaya. Sorry. Oduol has declared his gubernatorial bid to unseat Governor James Orengo of Siaya. Will he succeed? It is a matter of time. But I think Oduol has many supporters. Oduol has many supporters. In 2013, Oduol was squaring out with Oburu Odinga. And they rigged Oduol. Oduol was rigged by ODM. And that is how Oduol lost. In 2017, again with Rasanga, they rigged Oduol. And in 2022, Raila Odinga brought Oduol and Governor Orengo together. And they made a truce. And up to date, they are still working. But Governor Oduol has been working under pressure. Governor Oduol has been working under pressure to ensure that they have a smooth working relationship with Governor James Orengo. So that is what has been happening and trending. That's what is trending right now. My name is Moses Otieno, and this is what's trending in Kenya and the world show. So welcome to this show. I really want to thank you guys for your continued support. You've always held my hand until this time. Now on Monday, I'll have an interview with an artist and gospel artist, and the artist will tell us more about his musical journey, his artistic journey of music, and we'll be talking about many topics pertaining to music. Okay. As I wind up, this is what I wanna say. So this is Governor Deputy Governor Oduol, DG of Siaya, Deputy Governor of Siaya. I would like to state that today I have declared officially my candidacy for Governor of Siaya County on an ODM ticket. I am presenting myself for nominations and thereafter offer myself to contest against the rest of the other candidates. I'm going to contest in the ODM nominations, hopefully with James Orengo na mimi nangoja yeye, he said. Guys, without much ado, I wish to end there. It was a very nice moment engaging online, and I'm glad that you are always and you've always watched this show, what's trending in Kenya and around the world. Until next time, my name is Moses Otieno. See you in the evening, probably at around in the evening from saa 3 kuendelea. Saa 3, saa 4 kuendelea. Tutakuwa tena live, tutakuwa tuna changanua na kuchambua mambo mengi katika sanaa ya siasa. Alright? So anyway, goodbye for now. Thank you so much for those who have been watching. Thank you so much for my viewers. Thank you so much for those who are subscribing. Thank you so much for those who always like whatever we do put in here. Otherwise, thank you for now. Goodbye. My name is Moses Otieno. Until next time. Bye.